And good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show time. It is March the 28th, 2024. It is Easter weekend coming up, and you are tuned in live and in color. The Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Do not adjust your set. Do not change the channel. You got it right on the right place at the right time for the right television show, Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And we're thankful tonight that you guys have joined us right here on Facebook and on YouTube Live. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning us in tonight. And if you're watching on Facebook, if you don't mind, hit the like button, hit the share button, let everybody know you're watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live, and it will broadcast on your page as well. Again, we welcome you tonight, Thursday night. It is March the 28th, 2024, and we are live and in color and ready for the next hour and a half of jam-packed, action-packed, adventure-packed show. And we're coming to you live.
Hey, Floyd, it's going to be packed. Write it down. It's going to be packed.
Yeah, it's going to be packed. Yeah. Kind of like, it's going to be packed, kind of like Joe Biden's Depends.
We're coming to you live tonight from our studio at Enterprise, Georgia, our studio at Thompsontown, Georgia, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama, live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where we are legal and illegal to broadcast, all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and coming to you live in full steam, the great state of Baker County, Georgia. And now it's time for nothing but the truth. So we want to make this disclaimer that if you do not subscribe to common sense, Judeo-Christian conservative principles, then this probably is not the show for you. You probably want to go ahead and turn the television channel. You may even want to try to catch a stream of that Democratic fundraiser tonight in New York City. Where that if you had given $100,000, you could have your picture made with Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and President Joe Biden, all three. $100,000, and you could have had your picture made with all three of them. So if you'd like to watch that, we understand. We will not be offended. We just like to kind of get that message out and up front. So it's time for Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sports Show. You're not going to hear any of that garblo goobla up here. You're going to hear nothing but the truth. Boys, got a brand new sponsor this week. I had to reach way out. I had to reach far, and I had to reach wide.
Uh-oh.
We are live tonight at Barry Buttigieg's. We are live at Barry Buttigieg's. Now, I don't know if there's any relation to the Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, but we're live tonight. This was kind of one of those I did over the telephone, and so we are live on the big screen tonight. It's so big, I don't even know how many inches it is, but it's
Pete don't care.
Barry Buttigieg's booty shorts for all denominations. Barry Buttigieg's blind cat rescue. Barry Buttigieg's Brill cream by the gross. Barry Buttigieg's barn dances with clothing optional. And Barry Buttigieg's blonde wigs, weaves, and waves in Brokeback Mountain, Montana.
All right.
Hey, Lord have mercy.
So I don't know if there's any relation to Pete. When he sent it in, he subscribed online, and I don't know anything about him. This is what he said. He sent the check. It said, "I'm Barry Buttigieg, and this is my diversified portfolio."
If he's in Brokeback Mountain,
I kind of suspect if they watching on. Yeah.
You got a what now, Queasel?
I said, I kind of suspect if it's playing at Brokeback Mountain, ain't going to be many folks watching it.
I like the crowd in Moth.
It's kind of what I'm thinking.
I like the crowd in Moth.
Yeah.
No. I wonder, you're talking about the big fundraiser and everything. I'll ask Floyd because Floyd keeps up with this more than I do. You reckon, Floyd, that Michael is going to have to put on the wig and other stuffings to change looks tonight?
Yeah, might have to. There ain't no telling. Might have to wear some loose fitting clothing.
That's right. Real loose fitting
Loose
clothing.
fitting clothing, yeah.
Man alive.
Breeches, especially.
Yeah, I saw that it was on the news today. $100,000, you get your picture made with all three of them. Can't you imagine?
What do you get for $500,000? Because I just heard on the news a while ago the prices range that they've got the Dirt Road Sport Charlie Platt seats in the back for $200. Now, see, we could have gone. We could do up a collection and gone, an offering, if you will, and then the prices go up to $500,000 on the front row.
Yeah, but it's $100,000 if you want your picture taken with all three of them.
Whew.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I kind of got a early trivia question. We ain't got to give away nothing, but I kind of got an early trivia question. If y'all will allow me to ask it.
Go.
So you done talked about part of it, Marvin. They 4 presidents in New York today, right? So
Yes,
you already done named 3 of them. They 3 of them, and there's one more. And I need somebody to tell us the name of the one out of all the 4 that was there that went to pay the respects to that police officer that got shot. Went to the funeral. Which one was
And
that?
by the way, he was the only one invited to come be a part of it, if you will. And he did an excellent job. I watched
Listen,
when he went in.
He did.
And when he came out, and his comments that he made were as good as I've ever heard him do, guys. I mean, there wasn't no.
Look at him.
It wasn't the entertaining Donald Trump. It was the caring, I'm here for you, Donald Trump. He did a great job.
I saw Air Force One land about 1 o'clock in New York, and that fundraiser didn't start till when, Marvin? About 7 or 8.
Oh yeah,
like
tonight.
That was 6 hours that the president of the United States could have went by and at least said, "I'm sorry." Did he?
He didn't have time.
He's too interested in raising money.
That. He doesn't do anything on his own. Y'all got to understand that now. He's directed. He has handlers, if you will.
Yes.
Has handlers. That's
one of those.
They handle him and they move him around. They get him out. Well, I just wanted tonight the picture taking deal there. You know, Bill Clinton's there, and Barack Hussein Obama's there, which he ain't gonna be interested in the same gender of people that Bill Clinton's interested in. But I just wonder how they gonna keep Bill's hands off of them women, and how they gonna keep old Joe from going around and sniffing their hair and looking down their bosom down there. How they gonna stop that? Now Barry ain't gonna be interested in none of the women. Barry gonna be over there where Pete is. That's where Barry's gonna be. He's gonna be over there.
You know what?
Him and Buttigieg has got to get together before the night is over with.
Hey, boys! I got the official word from our on staff, on hold attorney.
What is that?
He said, hard pass on the Democrat picture.
Yeah. I don't have no desire to get my picture made with either one of them individually or all 3 together.
Much less for $100,000, right, Queez?
That goes to prove one thing. Just because people got money don't mean they got any sense. That proves that point perfectly. They have, just because they got money don't mean they got sense.
What about, why couldn't they raise some money for that widow and children to pay off their debts or something?
Why don't they buy that, pay that woman's mortgage off and give her some money so she can raise her child? You know, I mean, that would be the thing to do. But I'm curious. They're not gonna give anything. I guarantee you. Here's one of the impossibilities that Joe Biden, Barry Barack Hussein Obama, or Bill Clinton has ever given 1 penny of money to the Shriners or to the St. Jude Hospital.
Yeah.
Their money. Now they'll give other people's money away, but they're still not going to give you any money. All their money, they got money. It's got to go to Planned Parenthood. That's where their money's got to go.
That's right.
It was announced this afternoon when Trump came out that Tunnel to Towers had already told the girl her mortgage was paid for.
That's what I'm
Done
saying.
deal. Done deal.
Hey,
Yeah, so
I'm
y'all
one of
can
them.
get-
You see
get
them
your money.
advertisements for them monthly
$11.
subscribers. $11 every month. It comes out automatic every month. Send it to them. Glad to send it to them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Glad to
Good
send
group.
it to them. Yes, sir.
Jamie Johnson has joined in on that deal. They got him doing some PR work now.
I bet
That's
you.
trivia question. Where was Jamie Johnson born?
Somewhere in Alabama.
Enterprise, Alabama, the Hospital of
that?
Enterprise.
He good.
I guarantee you, though, if Planned Parenthood or some total nut job left wing organization wanted to raise money, they'd be right there at it.
He'd
Yes,
be
sir.
there. They'd have a fundraiser for them. Heck yeah.
He Biden guaranteed him yesterday if they reelect him that he will overthrow Roe versus Wade and it will be back to law of the land. Promised him. He said, I promise.
Mhm.
I know he forgot it today, but he said it yesterday.
But he's a devout Catholic now, Queasel. Remember that.
Oh
Him
no.
and Nancy Pelosi are devout Catholics.
Pelosi.
Yeah. So anyway, just saying, you know.
But you
Catholic-
know,
They don't drink either, do they?
I know one of them does. I know Miss Pelosi does.
They don't
seen
drink.
her.
you know, here's the thing. If he had to, and it wouldn't have been too much for him to do this either, but if he had to leave Washington and go to New York to pay respect to that police officer and his family, it's one thing. But he was in New York City. He was a 15 or 20-minute ride, escorted ride to the funeral home to go in and be, you know,
Yeah, they had to clear traffic. They had to stop traffic. They had to clear traffic out of the way for him to go.
That tells us and Americans exactly what he is and what he stands for.
I got to take up for him. He called the mayor of New York.
Well, he ain't called nobody.
Told the mayor he was sorry and said, pass my condolences on to the family.
How about that? Oh, yeah. From King, he told that to Kingfish.
Kingfish, yeah.
He told that to the Kingfish, and I reckon Kingfish is going to go in there and relay it to him.
Yeah.
The Kingfish and him is the ones that's responsible for that man being dead. They are totally 100% responsible for that young policeman being dead and his widowed wife being a widow.
Answer me this: didn't that mayor up there used to be a policeman?
He was police.
Yes.
It don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing.
They also I hate to give them a plug because they ain't worth watching. Channel 18 ain't got nothing anybody wants to see. I flipped over there tonight because Channel 4's got basketball on. Mm-hmm. And to see the news and Next Star, those bunch of butts out there in Dallas, Fort Worth, Irving, Texas, by the way. I hope you're watching out there. I know you're not, but they already started a story on all this bad stuff going on with these illegal immigrants. It's the very few of them that's doing this. They're the ones being mistreated. They're the victims of crime in this country.
So that's coming from 18?
That's what your big media is already doing, painting a picture, trying to smooth things over with the dumb Americans that don't keep up with what's actually going on.
Well, they come into a town near us, a town near you. If you watch it, they come into a town near you. All right, you see, who owns all these motels? These chain motels. Who owns the chain? What's the people's last name that own motel? What's their name?
Patel.
They didn't grow up in this community. They don't live. We got some of them right here in town. They own a motel. Guess what's going to happen? When the federal government comes in and says, Mr. Patel, we're going to pay you $200 a night or $100 a night per room. Every room you got in that motel, we're gonna go ahead and book them for the next 5 years. Are you interested? Oh yes, 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 yes. Show me the money. Okay, they're gonna write them a check. They're gonna rent the motel. And they're gonna fill it up with Haitians or Venezuelans or who or God knows who, and they're gonna be in your town. They come into a town near you. They're not gonna stay. The people in New York's not gonna. They're not gonna keep putting up with it. They're not gonna stay there. They're not gonna. That's not the point. They're coming to a town near you.
I tell you where they ain't going. They ain't going to Florida.
No, Floyd, y'all listen. A while ago on the news, I didn't get the whole thing, but here's the gist of it. In Coffee County, Alabama, Enterprise, New Brockton, Elba area, they have one that I cannot pronounce his name real good in custody. Don't know that he might have been born here. Don't know. I looked at on the TV or on the internet. It didn't look like he was born around here. But they've got him in jail, no bond. You know why? The little lovely raped a 14-year-old girl that was not all there mentally or physically.
It don't matter. I don't care. They're like a
That
dog.
ain't New York.
Don't matter.
That ain't New York. That ain't Chicago. That's
Enterprise.
here
Coffee
at
County.
home.
Coffee
Yeah.
County, Alabama. They're already here. They're already here. They more coming. Get ready. Y'all buckle up. Y'all buckle up. Because it's gonna get interesting around here. And see, people like us, all four of us right here, all these four of these men that you're looking at, I promise you this right now. I promise you that all four of us could reach in our pocket and exercise our Second Amendment rights at this time, at this point.
I don't even have to get in the pocket.
You got to reach. But a lot of people are not like that. A lot of people are not. They don't believe in that. They're not like that. You're sitting ducks. You're sitting ducks. You are. You need to exercise your Second Amendment rights. But anyway, we've touched on all of that, and we've pontificated, and that's our thoughts. You may have some different thoughts, and if you do, that's fine. That's fine. But I would suggest this. Here's what I would suggest: if you are a leftist, liberal lunatic, especially if you are white, take the locks off of your doors at your house. Put a sign in your yards that says this is a gun-free zone. Put another sign in your yards, or better yet, go ahead and call the Homeland Security folks and tell them that you would like to house some migrants in your home. Do that, and let's just see how much of a leftist liberal you are, and how long you live. But try you some of that. So you want to virtue signal all the time about this and that and the other. Everything virtue signaling, Try you some of that on for size. We're not going to do it. Neither four of us are going to do that because we got better sense than to do that.
Let's change the subject. I'm with Floyd. Have you heard from your cousin Bookie lately?
It's interesting that you said that. Bookie, because Bookie been dipping snuff, since he learned how to talk with a dipping stuff in his mouth. His grandma feed him that snuff, and grandmas used to do that to youngers. They feed them snuff, and I'm talking about snuff. I know about in the can where you dump it out in your mouth, not in your. And Bookie, and when Bookie started dipping snuff, me and him about the same age. Bookie started dipping snuff. We could go out there to a Bellevue grocery store, and you can get you a can of snuff. I had a first cousin. I'm going to personalize this story. I had a first cousin that run a store in Bellevue right across from the church. He was my first cousin, and he married my best friend's sister, and they had the store, Bellevue Grocery, and it changed hands 2 or 3 times. About one time, I think, when another relative took it over and ran it. But anyway, we would be in the store. My cousin and his wife, they would go off somewhere fishing or something, and they would leave me and my 2 friends, Randy and LaVon, running the store. And we were like 13 or 14, you understand?
Uh-oh.
We would run the store. And they had that they had that chewing tobacco in there. It was what was that kind? It was
Beech nut.
no, beech nut. That was it. The beech nut chewing
Beech
tobacco,
nut.
kind of sweet. We tried
Yeah.
some of that bloodhound and all that, but man, that stuff would knock you
That was
loose.
strong.
And and it was like 25 cents or 15 cents a pack, for the beech nut. We chewed, man, we just beat them because they're baseball players, they chew back. We
Yeah. Yeah.
And a can of snuff like 10 or 15 cents. And the old women, now they's the one that dipped stuff too. Now they dip stuff in church. I've seen them dip stuff in church.
That's right.
Boy, I mean, Martin, they had a pocketbook and they had them a glass jar.
Sure.
You remember? I'm talking to you now, Queasel. I'm still they'd have that glass jar stuck down in there, and man, it'd be black on the inside. I'm talking about it would be snuff crusted on the inside. And they always had them a handkerchief. They'd always be doing that.
That's right.
Exactly
right.
They'd be in church and
Etiquette. That was snuff etiquette.
Yeah, and I see
Well,
it.
you might think they were getting, you thought that some of them might be getting emotional and just about crying at what was going on.
That's kind
of like
some of them were missing some teethies and all in there, they leak out.
But that was snuff
etiquette. That jar open, you see them.
Couldn't see no sign because there wasn't no makeup in them days, just powder. All they had was powder.
They put that jar back down in that pocketbook. I've seen it at Bellevue Church where I used to go to church. Now, I know some of them folk probably down they go to Bellevue Church out there and say, "Oh no, yeah, it did." I probably. But anyway, we chewed tobacco. Me and Randy Levon, we chewed tobacco. We loved it, man. It was good. That would be something, man. Yeah, we were cool. But it was like 15 cents, and folks would come in there. They mostly women, because my daddy dips enough, smoked Prince Albert cigarettes and chewed bloodhound chewing tobacco. And I'll tell you how tough he was. And sometimes two at one time. But it was like 10 or 15 cents, Charlie. And Boogie called me the other day and he said, "Yeah, I tell you what, boy," he said, "looking like I'm going to have to have some help." I said, "Some help for what? What's wrong?" And he said, I ordered some stuff that they was out of my snuff that Jimmy get, so they were out at the store there, and they didn't have one that I ordered me. I got on the line. My cousin helped me get on the line. I ordered some like COD, and he said that stuff come. He said I ordered 10 cans. He said $350. 10 kids. Yeah, I just got him. I said, "No, Boogie, you on your own, son." But it can't be that high, Charlie. There ain't no way snuff can be that high.
Oh yeah,
Marvin,
right here.
All right, here we go. CC, you remember that? That
CC snuff is Scotch snuff.
Yeah.
That was after it was scanned in the store. $25.99 and add the tax to it. Might as well eat up a 20 and a 10, buddy.
Good. But I'm gonna tell you what, they some folks, it has not been a detriment to them dipping stuff. Because I will see them. I go to the grocery store from time to time, and I would see them. I see them when they pull up. They pull up, and the car is loaded. There's several in the car, and they get out. They slang that leg out, and the first thing I see, they all of them wearing bedroom shoes on their foots. And they get out. And most of them large, extra large too. They'll get out. And yeah.
Look like a cow put on fresh rye.
But they can spew it, baby. I'm telling you what. You know what that is? That's a crime prevention strategy. You talk about the man in Enterprise over there attacking the girl. Do you think that man from Enterprise is stupid enough and crazy enough to attack a 350-pound woman that's wearing bedroom shoes? Can spew a stream of snuff spit out in his face? Do you think he would attack her? And when there's three more backing her up, just like it.
Floyd, them the same ones when they go to buy that can of stuff, they gonna do this number here. They gonna reach in there and pull that money out and pay you.
Yeah, because the
It's
food
gonna
stamp
be
won't
all
pay for
wet
that.
and
They
sticky.
could pull that cash. They got cash. They got cash. They're rolling out that
They
baby.
got cash. That's right.
They someone got
And
like a cool or stuff like chewing tobacco in there.
Mhm.
They ain't like Boogie got heat down here. They spew it. But do you think? Now, see, that's why I say that's that's a self protection practice. I wouldn't. No, you couldn't. But no. You couldn't. You couldn't push me on them. No, I get back out of the way.
I have one.
They coming here, got them carts, man. They coming. But
I had an old.
it used to be it used to be it was the old women, and they'd be about that big around. Because I've seen some pretty large women at Bellevue Church dipping snuff too, but they all had that handkerchief. They were all when and they never did do that. They
had that etiquette.
it was
They
a
had
different
snuff
part.
etiquette. Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all
Yeah.
ever. I observe things in my life. I observe what's going on with people, and it's like I say, I'm always vigilant of my surroundings, and I know when I see them pull up and they roll them legs out there, got their bedroom shoes on. I'm back out of the way, buddy. I'm giving them. They got full run of the place.
Floyd, I used to have
probably go
one.
back in there, sit down in my car, and turn my piccolo on and listen to some country music while they. Because they got to get the buggy. They got to get the buggy. Got to get line. Ain't they got no list. They ain't none of them got no. They don't have no list. No man. It's straight for the potato chips. But anyway, just observing.
I had several of them. That's where they reach in there to pay. When we're backing out in the service station business. But now the grease monkey business, I had one time I used to joke at her and kid at her all the time. She come down there one day and she come in there and one day she reached in and I said, I said, everybody know where you keep your money. I said, one of these days somebody gonna rob you and somebody gonna ram their hand down there and get that money to go. She said, baby, let me tell you something. She said, somebody take the hand down there, they gonna come out with a nub. Because she said, money ain't all I keep down there.
That's it.
Speaking of nub, let me tell y'all a story about a nub. Y'all ever know anybody with a wood leg? Y'all ever know anybody had a wood leg? Huh?
Yeah.
I had an Uncle Hick. He had a wood leg. And Uncle Hick loved to drink liquor. And him and Bookie, they were always together. They be running around together. But Uncle Hick, he loved to drink liquor. They loved to coon hunt. You ever seen folks like that? They love coon hunting. And I never did understand coon hunting. Never could comprehend coon hunting. I never could. I went one time with Harry Warren and I said, that's it, baby. I'm done. But they take the dogs. They get the dogs. And they got the axe. And they got 4 or 5 of them. And they got them a gallon of Shine whiskey when they go coon hunting.
Yes,
so they
sir.
go out there and they re-rain. They get ready. They get the fire going. And my Uncle Hick, he was right in the middle of it. Him and Bookie, they go. So one night they go out there coon hunting. They get the fire going. They get them some splinters and they get them a good fire going. I mean, it got cold, man. It got cold out there. They got them a big fire going. They hitting that shine like that. They making that old jug goo, when they turn it up. And anyway, they turned the dogs loose because they got to visit for a little while and drink liquor for a little while, before they start coon hunting. They turn the dogs loose and they get sleepy. And Uncle Hick, they get sleepy. He laying over there. He stretches out. I was like, take me a little rest here while waiting on them dogs to hit. Anyway, they laying down and going to sleep. They got them a big old fire going about that time. And Uncle Dump with that wood leg, he got a wood foot on it too. It ain't just the wood leg, got the wood foot on it down there. So Uncle Dump laying down there, passed out, about half passed out. And y'all know how old fire, when y'all got it outside, it'll pop. It'll pop, it'll blow coals all over it. Mm-hmm. It blows one of the coals out down there, and Uncle Dump's foot set his wood leg on fire. He said, unbeknownst to Uncle Hick, it set his wood leg on fire. He got to burn it. It burned on down about that far, burned on down. It was between his knee and his ground is where his wood leg was. He burned about half of it off, unbeknownst to him. Well, by that time, the dogs hit And they made Uncle Dub jumped up. He jumped up with the running, and he was doing it. He was doing it. He hollered back out, hey, say y'all watch out. Said if you come this way, say there's a gopher hole every other step. Oh Lord. Can you imagine? You wooden leg. That's a true story.
Before we leave the cousin Bookie and the Snuff and the 13 and 14-year-olds running the store and being storekeepers and chewing the beech nut, I got one question to add to that, if you don't mind. Was there adult beverages sold in that store?
No, they wasn't no adult beverages. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
No, man.
Now, there was plenty of hoop cheese and bologna. There was plenty of that. There was plenty of that, and we loaded up on that, sir. Let me tell you. And beech nut chewing the back. But anyway, we lived through that, thank the Lord. Go ahead, Marvin. I done took up too
Well, I had a picture here I was going to show y'all. I forgot this week. I sent it to Queasel. I wanted y'all. That's Queasel's grandma right there.
That's Granny right there.
Right.
That is the field general right there.
That's Miss Annie.
She was in her element right there.
All right, I want y'all to notice I'm observant of everything in the world. The lady standing, I don't know who the lady is, but behind the lady, that looked like a big old imperial automobile.
Yeah, that's right.
And either that is Jerry Clower or Dick Spancake.
That was my granddaddy's baby brother. That's his wife standing there. They was from Titusville, Florida, and that's what they drove.
Hey, Queasel,
they ain't yeah.
Is that about a 1968 or 69 model?
Probably so.
Okay.
Probably so, but that white building you're looking at right there, that was the smokehouse. When I was a little boy, that's where we hung meat up in there and smoked it. When we had a hog killing and all that, that was the smokehouse.
And looked like your aunt got a big old stick in her hand.
Got a stick. She ain't round chickens too. She wasn't never around chickens too much. She wasn't too brave.
No.
She was on the other side of the gate.
They ain't very many chickens at their house.
And you know something I see, you don't see nobody, you don't need to see no ladies wearing aprons no more like that.
That's right.
Now your grandma, was she a snuff dipper by chance?
No, Granny wasn't no snuff dipper.
You know why? I didn't think so, because she didn't have a pocket in her apron. The snuff dipping women had aprons with a pocket in it, didn't they, Floyd?
Yeah, they had a pocket in there. Oh yeah.
Now we talk about ain't scrap. Ain't scrap. But my Aunt Scrap was a snuff dipper, and Floyd described her to a T. She had a little old bitty half-pint jar, and it was the cruddiest, nastiest looking little old thing. She kept it in there. And she had a little old white lace napkin she kept with it, and she'd ease down there, and they'd spit. You would never see it. They'd get it, and she'd ease that up and get a little bit. They didn't have all that fancy makeup. All they had back then was just powder. They powder. They get to throw it powder on there, but man, that was. But you didn't mess with Aunt Scrap now. Now you talking about your Second Amendment rights? Aunt Scrap practiced her Second Amendment rights. She kept her 32 in her pocketbook, and she was not afraid to use it, not at all.
Oh,
you mess with Aunt Scrap.
Guys, it's already 20 minutes till we ain't even done no advertising.
Well, we're having a good time tonight.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the trivia. I'm gonna do a weird trivia tonight. It's probably gonna have to be a winner locally, but I'm gonna do it. This is gonna be
okay. I like them local folks. Go ahead. Yeah. Advertise the folks at Southern Hissy Fits.
Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt. 229-726-4825 is the magic number. All your embroidery, t-shirts, tumblers, gifts, candles, whatever you need, you can find it right there, 109 West College Street, southwestern corner of the square. And they are the sponsor of Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show trivia time. And the winner tonight will receive a car tag with the Charlie Platt and Dirt Road Sports Show logo on it. courtesy of our good friends at Southern Hissy Fits, sponsor of Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sports Show Trivia Time. All right, here's the question. Most likely going to have to be somebody that lives in Miller County that wins this tonight. So all of our Southeast Alabama, Northwest Florida, everybody else, don't get mad with us. Just this is one of those deals tonight. I need you to identify these two people in this picture.
Marvin, you ain't gonna believe it, but I was there.
Yeah, I know. I can tell you.
And Nathan was too.
Or I tell you what, I'm gonna make it easy for you. Either you can identify these two people here, or identify the social event of the decade that they were attending.
And I can tell you where it was.
Yeah, I know you knew where it was. Do you know who they are, Queasel?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 100% on one. I think I'm 100% on both of them.
I don't know.
I know I'm 100% on one.
Yeah, you ain't gonna know, Jolly. You ain't gonna know.
It wasn't
at
at
all.
the alley cat. Was that at the alley cat when that was going on?
We're gonna have a little fun with this one tonight. This is a little different. 229-254-5060. Text the correct answer. You can either text me who these two people are. You got to identify both of them, or not where it was at, but the social event of the decade that it occurred.
Oh man, son, that's priceless.
Right there. You
That's a
cannot
treasure.
make that up right there now. I know this. When I got the picture, I had no idea who either one of them was. I'm kin to one of them, and boy, that other one, son, they was a sport model right there. I'm patiently waiting by the phone. Well, all right. I had one. I had one here from Brian Pickle Community Center. Yeah, it was at the community center, but I didn't want to know the building. I wanted to know the event. What was the major event? Why were they there? And then our attorney, Billy Shingler, said that picture started fading before I was born.
He's probably right.
He's got a point there, I think. I believe he do.
You know, Floyd, Brian Pickle's daddy ought to know who them two folks are.
He ought to know them. He ought to know them well.
Oh, me. All right. Yeah, man. At least we had a little bit of activity there. But yes, it was at the community center, at the youth center. It's where that occurred. But I either need to know the event of the decade that happened that night, why those people were there, or who those two people are in that picture. And I'll give you another hint. Neither one of those two people are still alive. They both have passed on.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them have passed on.
I'm surprised some of our friends out there around Kenny here don't know that one.
Yeah.
They may not be tuned in tonight. You might just tell them who they are, Marvin. We can speak.
I want to give them just a minute more.
Give them more time. Yeah, be fine.
We have got to pay some bills.
You ain't had but one. You ain't had but one.
I ain't had. All I had was somebody said it was at the community center. Weasel, tell them about Holstered 9.
Man, the Holstered 9, that's the place to be. You've heard us mention about your Second Amendment rights. Listen, if you turn your television on, if you pick up a paper, if you look at your phone, you see more and more and more. What Floyd told you a while ago is getting to be more important every day. We have got to be in a position where we can protect ourselves. These people at the Holstered 9, they got everything you need for self-protection. They don't take it lightly. They got anything you need to keep you and your family safe. They got any kind of gun you want, any kind of pistol, any kind of long gun, ammunition. They got all the training that you need. If you need to talk to somebody about how to use that gun, they can teach you that kind of stuff. Hunting, I know turkey season's coming in. They got everything you need for turkey hunting. Everything, if it has to do with a gun, hunting, any kind of personal protection, they got it. They good people to deal with. Got the biggest selections of gun you'll see anywhere around here. They just flat good folks. While you looking at guns, step next door to the parts house. They got all the parts you need. Farming, automotive. They got those world-renowned rabbit pellet grills. They got the rabbit pellets to go with them. They got gifts for the ladies that you might not hurt you to get you out of the doghouse with. They got some gifts there. They want pretty much a one-stop shop. They just go in and see, spend some time with them. You can't miss it. The Holstered 9, Phillips Auto Parts, 27 south of Colquitt, right below those two big, beautiful American flags. Stop in sometime. Just visit with them and see what they got for you.
Charlie, tell them about our good friends at Sawega Meat Company.
If you like great steak, and look, nobody said it was written in the book, you got to have a ham for Easter. Tell you what you could do. You could get you a pack of those fillets or a pack of those ribeyes. You know, maybe you got a crew coming in this weekend for Easter to spend time with family and friends. Go over to Sawega Meat Company, Highway 27, between Colquitt and Blakely, and get you some of their great smoked sausage, pan sausage. They've got pork chops, anything you want in the meat line, you'll find it at Sawega Meats. And they're locally, a lot of their stuff is grown right here in the state of Georgia. It's probably some maybe in southeast Alabama, but you know where it comes from, and it's done right. Sawega Meats, whether it be steak, whether it be sausage, or maybe you like some of their great jerky they have. Check them out today or tomorrow, and they're located once again halfway between Blakely and Colquitt on US 27.
Lloyd, tell them
Oh
about
yeah. Oh man, one of my favorite places in the world. Went in there today. I called in there, told them to steam me some shrimp. They'll be ready when I get there. Went in there, picked them up. Guess who was in there today? Buying some of that salmon. None other than Miss Queasel. She was in there. She was loading up on her some salmon and some shrimp and all that good stuff. And then and they got something else. When y'all go in there and looking at the fish market deal there in that cooler, turn around and look in the freezer side and get you some of that crawfish boudin, that sausage that they make, and get you some of that crawfish pie. It's frozen back there. Get you one of them. No, get you about a half a dozen of them and bring them home and cook them. Look back there in that frozen deal behind you back there. They got all kind of pimento and cheese spreads, seafood spreads, seafood dips, all that good stuff back there. But in that market in there, in that fish case there, in that market case there, on that aisle, they got some of the freshest seafood you ever had in your life. Hey, but one lady in there, she was talking about what she likes to do. We got to talking about that salmon, Queasel. She said what she likes to do is get a big slab of it, and she'll put her a slice down the middle of it, and she'll take one of them crawfish pies and crumble it all up and make a crawfish stuffed salmon fillet deal there. And she said it is some kind of fine. So be ready for that, Queasel. Be ready for that, because I seen that look in your wife's eye. I think she had that on mind. And they got them red rock shrimp in there. They got that elderberry elixir in there that'll make you feel better. Just take you about 2 shots of that every night, and maybe about 3 shots of that Johnny Walker Red with it there, and you will feel good. Go see Ziggy B's in there in Colquitt, Georgia, over there on West Main Street, Colquitt, Georgia.
All right, guys, we have had no hitters, no takers, no nothing. Let me throw it up one more time here, and I'm gonna go ahead. This is it right here, guys. This happened in what year would it have been, Floyd?
Good Lord, that'd have been back in the 80s sometime. It's 40 years ago.
It was at the community center in Colquitt, Georgia. All right, Queasel, tell us who they are.
I was there. I was at this event. And this event, and Nadine was at, this event was Nadine's daddy's 70th birthday party, A.W. Smith. He had a party, him and his friend, good friend of his, Mr. Toogie Stegall. They were buddies, and they were there. They had a birthday throwdown. And man, it was just fantastic, and libations were available.
I want to see. All right, Queasel, you said you knew who they were. Tell me who
Well,
the
I
one.
know one of them for sure. One of them is Mrs. Leslie Cato.
There
That's
you go.
him.
That's him. That's him.
You got it wrong, quick. Reverend Leslie Cato.
Reverend Leslie. And I could tell that by them double knit polyester pants he's got wrapped on there pretty tight.
But hey, wait a minute. It was also bonfire britches too now. So don't, you know.
I know it. I know it.
That was him. Brother Leslie Cato. And the other one is Miss Judy.
Is that Judy?
Raythel.
That's
him.
who I thought it was.
That
Judy.
is Judy
Yep.
Raythel. And they was having him a large time, and both of them done gone on to their reward, but they were two great people, and they were having a good time that night, and no harm done to nobody that night. I promise.
That's right.
But
And
that
you
was,
said
that
it
was. I mean, and see, folks just don't have fun like that no more. You know, they don't have fun. You can't have fun like that no more because you gonna have some. Well, you gonna have some squirrel that's gonna show up. But let me tell you this: the deal with this was the squirrels knew better than to show up to A.W. Smith's birthday party because he was Dick Butkus Jr. No, he was Dick Butkus is who he was.
So if somebody
nobody showed out.
What would have happened if they'd have showed up and they'd have got sideways?
Well, they'd had to call the ambulance. Ambulance would have showed up.
And not for him.
It was individual. The ambulance, and that'd been it. You know.
Yeah.
Well, y'all come on back in. Everything good. Ambulance hauled him off. That's what they do was they.
Oh, A.W., that was his 70th birthday in Cochran, Georgia.
Cochran, Georgia. Him and his friend Toogie Stegall. Toogie Stegall. They were good buddies. Folks just don't have fun like that no more. You can't. Don't nobody do that. Nobody written a youth center to do that. Like, because they ain't got no youth center no more. It's a Chamber of Commerce office. Man, please. Can't do that with no Chamber of Commerce, folks.
If them walls could talk, we'd have to tear them down.
I know.
Lee Scott says, going back to our snuff deal, he said a pouch of Red Man's $8 now. $9.
How much?
Hang on. Yeah, he's $8 or $9.
Good.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah,
I mean,
I remember when you could buy a whole case for less than that.
You can't. No, they don't make Red Man no more. They don't make Red Man chewing tobacco no more. It's gone. It's off the market because they were being insensitive.
Exactly.
Did you give a picture, Marvin?
You sent me one.
Yeah, I sent you one. Yeah, sent you. Check it out. Yeah, go ahead. Anyway, we got time.
Can you imagine though? All right, if at Levi Garrett at $8 or $9 a bag, how much it would cost to keep Doodle in business right now?
Doodle has to dip into that 401k.
Half of it be in the floorboard of the truck.
Half of it and his brother Harry. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, I wanna I know I got some more advertising to do. We got time now. I want to change up just a little bit before we jump off into too much else. And I want to talk just a little bit. I told Floyd this afternoon I want to spend a little time. Y'all know what this weekend is. And I know I understand that, you know, I read an article this week and some smart aleck wrote in there, well, there ain't no way Jesus died or resurrected on Easter because it changes every year. And I wanted to say, really, come on. We know that. It's the time we set aside to remember what he did. Tomorrow's Good Friday. That's the day that we set aside to remember that he went to the cross for us, where they hung him. And hey, listen, guys, I mean, that's what our faith in the Bible is. I don't know when it happened. I don't know what day it was. Don't even know what month it was. That does not matter. What matters is the fact of what he did. He did it for us. Amen. He died for us that we could have eternal life on the cross of Calvary. I told our church Sunday this. I kind of got a little sideways. I guess, Charlie, you know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
There's a large church in North Carolina that used to be a part of our Southern Baptist denomination. and they kind of went a little bit liberal, and so they left our denomination. They sent out Easter messages and invites, and let's see if I got it. Here's what they said in their Easter invite, and it kind of blew my mind, and it kind of got under my skin. But here's what it said: for us, the most important thing on Easter is inviting people to church. This means reaching people far from God. So we're not going to use the words Calvary, resurrection, or the phrase the blood of Jesus. We won't use language like that will immediately make someone feel like an outsider.
Well, how you gonna talk about Easter if you don't use none of them words?
That's what I haven't been able to figure
He
out.
might well. He might well start open up the Quran and start preaching out the Quran. I mean, if you're gonna omit all that, might as well just do it because they, he's not a Christian church anymore. They're not worshiping Christ. They're worshiping one another. They're worshiping feel good, and I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. I'm like Queasel, Calvary, the resurrection, the blood of Jesus. That's what Easter's all about. And
That's
listen,
Easter.
Easter's a way more important holiday. I know he had to be born, and we celebrate Christmas, but Easter is the greatest celebration time of a Christian,
Exactly.
or it should be at least. It should be.
It's I don't get that. I don't get that. And here's the thing that I really, he didn't do it because he had to. He did it because he chose to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now that's pretty strong right there.
I can remember some of the greatest times of my life as a child was going to church and coming to Ed and Annie Roof's up on the hill and eating a big old lunch with ham and tater salad and all that, and then all the young'uns getting out there in the yard and hunting Easter eggs. They'd be 15 or 20 of us out there hunting Easter eggs, and some of the greatest memories of my life happened on Easter, as a child, and I'll always remember that. And I know that doesn't have to do it, but everybody that was there was like-minded. They understood what Easter was about, that it was about Jesus dying for us. And it kind of concerns me that we live in a society today that just moves past the real meaning of Easter and what it's really about. It's about hey, if you want to know the truth of it, it's about our freedom that's found in Christ. So I want to encourage you. I don't know. I want to encourage you. Worship the Lord this week. Find you if there's a Good Friday service tomorrow somewhere near you, and you can go and celebrate. Hey man, that's the greatest thing that has ever happened to any man or woman or boy or girl is Christ dying for us. And hey, they're gonna have to shut me up or put me in jail or kill me to quit proclaiming the good news of the gospel, because I'm gonna do it as long as I got breath in me, because that's what it's all about.
Amen, brother.
100%, Marvin.
I'm with you too. Goocher says, Brother Marvin, let's remember our friend and his family, please, in our prayers.
Who is he talking about?
I do not know. Let's remember our friend and his family.
I know he's talking about. Yeah, he's talking about Mr. Bo Everson. Yeah,
Okay.
Mr. Bo Everson. Yeah, Mr. Bo's not doing well. Mr. Bo's not doing well at all. And many of y'all that are watching know Mr. Bo. So yeah, and it's it's a sad time. I did two funerals today back to back, and hey, there's a lot of folks out there that's hurting, and we need to keep them in our prayers. And hey, while mentioning that, I want to send out a big shout to Colonel Joe Watson in Birmingham, Alabama. Colonel Joe is recuperating from triple bypass surgery. The surgery was a success. His wife texted today and said they had the breathing tubes and all out, and that he was doing good. And so we want to give a big shout out to brother Colonel Joe Watson in Birmingham in the hospital. If he's watching tonight, we're praying for you continually. And so anyway, That's
Marvin,
my
if I may just say a minute about Bo Everson, our good friend Bo Everson. Bo Everson is he's a Mason and a Shriner, and those of you who are, you know what I'm talking about. He's a Shriner, and there's no telling how many crippled children Bo Everson has led to those Shriners Children's Hospital and have taken to those Shriners Children's Hospitals without one penny of compensation to himself or without it costing those families one penny of money for the medical treatment and for the transportation there back and forth. No telling how many hundreds or thousands of hours Bo Everson has dedicated his life to helping those who are less fortunate than he is.
How many raffle tickets has that man sold in his lifetime?
Hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars. And he does it, and he does, and people see him when they see, he'd have them in his pocket.
Yep.
Shriners raffle tickets. He'd have them in his pocket, and they'd walk up and they'd say, "What you got? How many you got, Bo?" He said, "How many do you want?" And I mean, they'd be like $100 a piece. I'm gonna tell you something about the people in Miller County, Georgia. People in Miller County, Colquitt, Georgia, are giving people. They say, "How many you want?" So give
Yes,
me
they
five.
are.
He pull out five tickets, and the man will give him five $100 bills or write him a check to the Shrine Temple, $500. All of that money, 100% of that money went to the hospital to treat those children who had limbs missing, who were born with deformities, who had all kind of ailments, not costing them one penny. And Bo Everson has donated much of his time and his life to that cause. I just want to tell people, I just want to explain to people what we do here in Miller County, Georgia. And I'm sure your communities do the same thing. But we're talking about us right now. And a gentleman that's been dedicated to helping other people.
I mean, I can't remember a time that he wasn't selling raffle tickets for the children's hospital.
He's been a Shriner since I became a Shriner in 1978, and he had been there forever when I became one.
Did he sell the winning ticket to Felix Jr. when he won the Cadillac?
He sold a winning ticket to Felix Jr. Taft, who is cake fed from the beginning. He sold a winning ticket, and I don't know who Felix Jr. got a $100 bill from to pay Bo, but Felix Jr. Taft won a brand new Cadillac from a ticket that Bo Everson sold him.
Yeah,
and he just ain't the thing that this would have been back in the 90s. I mean, the mid 90s.
Oh, yeah.
He just got rid of that Cadillac. He just parked it not long ago.
I think George Williams won a bunch of money.
George Williams won money. Womble, what's the Womble guy that works with Birdsong there? He's won. Russell Womble, ain't no telling how many tickets he's won. My neighbor over here has won raffle tickets. I mean, it's just unreal. But all of that money, every bit of that money that was collected went. Nobody got any compensation from that. Nobody done it. Went to the Shriners Hospital.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, that's my sermon for tonight.
I'm with you. Queasel, I know he's watching. Go ahead and tell him about our good friend and the fish eater himself.
You know, I wasn't on last Thursday. I had the distinct honor of being in the presence of the Honorable Mr. Shingler last week, and we were all discussing about what a great and lawyer he was. And you know, everybody agreed that when he walked in the courtroom, the prosecuting attorneys, they walked out. They gave up. He's Mr. Not Guilty. That's what he's known for. Whenever he walks in, they just throw the case. They give up. They say, we don't want to fight it. He got it. It don't make no difference what you did. It don't matter what you didn't do. He'll get you off. He's the man you need to call. But he does all kind of other stuff. Anything to do in the world of law, Billy Shingler is your man. It is a one-stop call. 524-1225 will get you any kind of legal help, advice you need. You got to remember, he clerked and trained under the great Vincent Gambini. And people say, well, I don't know who Vincent Gambini is. Well, if you ever seen My Cousin Vinny, you have seen Vincent Gambini. That's who taught Shingler how to be a lawyer. He's got one of them suits like Vincent he's got everything you need. He's ready to go. He's the final lawyers you ever want to meet. He'll give you everything he's got to get you that not guilty verdict, even if you are guilty. Give him a call, 229-524-1225.
Hey, I know I got to go to another ad, but I'm taking privileged time here tonight. I ran into at the funeral today. The esteemed Charles Bush was there, and he come up and spoke to me and the other preacher. He told the preacher that was standing beside me, he said, "Now, brother, you better watch this guy right here. I've been told that he has card swipes on his offering plates." And he went and commenced to tell him that he was there last Thursday night and that my name was brought up in that retrospect, but that he was the only one there defending me.
So, and if you believe that, I got some land, I got some beachfront property I'd like to sell you. I had a really, really good price.
I just didn't know. I just wanted to.
Because his main two men is John Edward Wells and Rodney Bryan. So what you going to believe coming from him?
I'm going to go to the next commercial on that one.
That's what I thought.
Tell us, Charlie.
I said this before. Sunday is Easter Sunday. And Marvin just talked about memories of childhood, eating lunch after church, and then everybody getting out and Easter egg hunting. If you don't have time to do all the cooking you'd like to do, here's a suggestion. They're going to be closed on Easter, but you've got tomorrow and Saturday to give our friends at Outlaws Bus and Barbecue a call and say, hey, can I order up maybe a couple of slabs of ribs, maybe a Boston butt? Let them do the meat cooking for you, and that way all you have to do is put together some taters and a few vegetables, or you can get a to-go size, maybe a big quart of their slaw, the best slaw I've ever put in my mouth, or you can get some stew, baked beans. You can get it all there. You can get the whole thing, warm it back up on Sunday. But Outlaws Bus and Barbecue is the best you'll find anywhere in this part of the country. Located very conveniently in Troy, Alabama, at the intersection of 3 Notch and US 231. You can't miss it. They got some great food, great prices. They even got a steak, a couple of different steaks on the menu now. Check them out. Great food, great folks to be around. Outlaws Bus and Barbecue. Check out the Facebook page. Give them a call. Order you up something for this Easter Sunday.
Floyd, go ahead with KWG Plumbing. I've got him on the line while you do that.
Man, I'm glad you did that. Marvin, their 24-hour service is non-existent. They wearing him out 12 hours a day is all he can do. All his men, they got to go home and they got to rest. So do not call him at 24 hours. Do not call him after 7 o'clock at night unless it is a dire emergency. But Kenny Wayne, KWG Plumbing, right here in Colquitt, Georgia, master plumber, does all kind of commercial, industrial, residential plumbing, whatever you need. He sent me some pictures of some bathrooms he had redone. He does redo your whole bathroom if you need it in your house. If it's anything that needs redoing in the bathroom or in your kitchen or anything like that, call Kenny Wayne Garner Plumbing. He's licensed. He knows what to do. He knows how to handle it. So y'all call him Kenny Wayne Garner, and he goes fishing. Man, that man fishes. So he fishes whatever he wants to go fishing. He fishes when he can go fishing, and most of the time he catches fish. And if he don't catch fish, he'll tell you he ain't caught no fish. It don't get no more honest than that. When you got a man that won't lie about fishing, he won't lie to you about nothing else. Y'all check him out. KWG Plumbing, one of our favorite people, one of our favorite sponsors in the whole world.
And Floyd, we got joined on the phone, Mr. Wayne Garney here. Brother Wayne, good to hear from you tonight.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, loud and clear. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Yes, sir. Got a picture up here of a bathroom. Looks like you did maybe a remodel job in a bathroom here.
That's a new house. That's where we're putting that's the septic tie-in. We're gonna do a new kitchen location and two new bathrooms and a laundry.
Oh wow. That's part of his job, guys. All you got to do is call him. One call does it all. And then this picture on the right over here, all of these catfish. Looks like some channel cat. Is that a butter cat in there?
Yeah, that's a buttercat on the end. That's what a lot of them bigger catfish. That's what they eat for bait. They like them boogers. But yes, we caught them last Friday after the show Thursday night. We went fishing Friday and caught them. So the fishing's been good this week. It's just been the catching that's been bad. So I haven't got any up to date picture size last week. But
what are the conditions looking like on the river and the lake?
Yes, sir. Went by the river today. It's still muddy, but it's down about 10 foot lower than what it's been being. So the water's starting to recede.
Deal.
Once it starts warming up just a little bit more and gets clearer, the fishing is going to be on.
Good deal. Well, brother, Hey, we appreciate you being with us tonight. Any words of wisdom you got before you leave us?
Yes, sir. As always, thank y'all, Dirt Road Sport and Charlie Platt, for sharing our ad. I really appreciate it. Yes, sir. This is the weekend, we celebrate the empty tomb. Let's be thankful. The blood, we're covered by the blood of Christ. And, all the other religions, they have their God, but we have an empty tomb. Our God's still living. That proves he's conquered death. So, what more can we ask for? And last from Captain Hook, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Teach them to be plumbers and carpenters and know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Thank y'all.
Have a good one, brother. Oh, me, full of wisdom. Hey, guys, we want to give a big shout out to our good friend and confidant, Mr. T.C. Berryhill, proprietor in general of Berryhill Auctioneers and sponsor in perpetuity and exclusivity of Floyd's List of Impossibilities. Our good friend, Mr. T.C. Berryhill, BerryhillAuctioneers.com.
Thank you, TC, for sponsoring us, man. We love you. Hope you're doing well. He had a big auction yesterday, I think, up there in Wisconsin or somewhere, and I hope he did well. TC's business is thriving. He's been blessed, and he knows it. He gives thanks to the good Lord for it. And we thank you, TC, for being with us, man. But it's the Floyd's List of Impossibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Started out with Floyd's short list and story, but it went on, it morphed on into the list of impossibilities. These are things that cannot happen, impossible for them to happen. Impossibility that CIA and FBI agents have not already signed a letter that they have smoking gun proof that Donald J. Trump paid for the cargo ship to crash into the Baltimore Bridge. Already done. If you don't believe it, just ask Shifty Shift out there in California. Yeah. Shifty Shift. Impossibility that Democrats love anything more. Y'all bear with me now. Y'all listen to me. Any of y'all folks up there in Martha's Vineyard that want to argue with this, tell me about it. Or in Miller County, Georgia, any of y'all lunatics that might be listening. Argue with me. And we got some here. Hey, we got them here. I see them. They'll pop up every now and then. And they'll pop up and they'll try to troll me. Can't troll Floyd. Impossibility that Democrats love anything more than late-term abortion, transvestites, illegal aliens, or Muslim terrorists.
That's pretty good, wasn't it?
That's true. Impossibility that anything free is free from somebody else paying for it. Huh? That's a simple one. Oh, we got free phones. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, you do. And guess whose bill it shows up on? Mine. Anyway, they walking down the street. Here's an impossibility. Anybody that is walking the streets and holding a cell phone to their head and talking on it, it's an impossibility that they are applying for a job.
Yep.
An impossibility that anyone that anyone who regularly watches MSNBC, somebody texted me here, Okay, that's Dr. Ted Anderson. Impossibility that anyone who regularly watches MSNBC has the mental facilities or faculties, or however how you want to do it, has the mental faculties of a Joe Biden stool sample. That's a little way, boy. An impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his depends. Ain't nobody has contradicted me on that one.
No, not gonna do it either.
They have not challenged me on that one.
We appreciate the folks at Kelly's Crop Insurance, and time of the year you meet with Kelly's Crop Insurance. They're right there in Colquitt, Georgia. See them for all your needs, folks in the agricultural community. We appreciate every one of y'all that's out there trying to grow us something to eat. Here we go. Tomorrow looks like a nice day. Gonna get out at about 45, 46 in the morning. We'll warm up to 73. In fact, the whole weekend looks great. And our next good chance of rain is going to come in actually Tuesday night and into Wednesday with about a 70% chance on Wednesday. The temperature warm up 82 by Easter, 84 on Monday. Look at that, 83 on Tuesday. And that's going to warm up the waters, and those speckled perch are going to be on the banks on Lake Eufaula and on Lake Seminole. We appreciate each and one of y'all joining us on Thursday night for our little hour or so get together. We appreciate every one of y'all, and we do encourage you to remember what Sunday is all about. And I'll turn a lot of that over to Marvin here in a moment, but it's all about Easter Sunday, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ on the cross and the blood that was shed. Did I get it all in there, Marvin?
You got it, baby.
I thought I want to make sure, because listen, Floyd, let me tell you something. He liked to have run off of the stage Sunday morning when he read that thing from that church up there, Raleigh. I stood up and said, "Look, we're gonna do it this week. We're gonna go all the way off." It got to him, and when I heard
it ought to get to anybody. It ought to get to anybody, Charles. That's a believer.
Exactly. But remember what Sunday is all about. And with that, one more thing. I don't support NASCAR, but this Saturday afternoon going to be a race in Richmond, Virginia. An old Georgia boy from Sonora, Georgia, and his pa-in-law's up the road here, David Money in Headland. He's going to be driving a car for a little known guy named Dale Jr., and I think somebody's got a car dealership named Rick Hendricks. They have it'll be nice to be able to yell for Bubba this Sunday afternoon. Bubba Pollard will be driving a car from Hendricks and Dale Earnhardt Jr., and number 88 going to cheer the local folks on. Quazel?
Thank you, Charlie. We have jumped around tonight and went from one thing to the next thing, and we've complained a little and we've laughed a little, but I tell you, I don't know how to say what I want to say, but as Americans, if you're not sick and tired of what's going on, maybe I don't know. I don't know. It just, I cannot believe that we had 4 presidents in New York City. 3 of them thought more about raising money than they did for a police officer who was out protecting the citizens of New York City than to just take a few minutes to go by and speak to the widow, speak to the family. They were so busy trying to keep the one that did go from getting reelected as president that they didn't think about it. That Floyd talked about a while ago what the Democrats believe, that the Democrats don't believe in nothing and don't support nothing but themselves. That's all they want to do. They're more interested in how much money that they could make. Here was a person that that lost their life doing their job protecting the citizens of New York City. You know, we lose law enforcement officers every day. We lose not every day, but every year. We've lost 2 state troopers in Georgia in the last 2 months. We've lost firefighters this year already, and public safety people who are out there putting their lives on the line. But yet, the leader of our nation was, I think, 40 minutes away. That bothers me, and if it don't bother you, then maybe you need to get checked out. And if you're a Joe Biden supporter and you think that's okay, well, then you ought to be ashamed of yourself, because that ain't okay. There's a little baby that's gonna grow up without a daddy, a wife that ain't gonna have a husband, and it's all because of them not doing the job. A fella that had been arrested, I think, 25 or more times for crimes and let out for serious crimes, and wouldn't keep him in jail and for nothing. Something ain't right. We don't live in a nation where the laws are being enforced. We don't live in a nation where how can our law enforcement do their job because they're not respected? They're not being able to do their job. Floyd talked at the beginning of the show about, you better have something to protect yourself with your Second Amendments. If people would allow our law enforcement to do their job, you wouldn't have to worry about it, because they would do it. The men and women of the law enforcement that I know and that I see would get out and protect us and do the job that they need to be doing, that needs doing, but their hands are tied. I am so thankful that we live in the state of Georgia. Charlie, I know you are in Alabama, because y'all are the same way. We got a governor who is pro law enforcement, pro public safety, pro fire, pro EMS. Y'all have the exact same thing. They go out and they back us. They back the laws to do what, these criminals, when they put them in jail, they're going to stay there. And I am thankful for that. And I just got to say, I just had to vent a little bit about it, because it is just bothering me. It's made me sick to my stomach. It really, truly has. Now, that I've said what I've said, sick to my stomach, let me tell you this, and it's hard to go from one extreme to the other. But let me tell you something. I know Marvin fitting. I hope Marvin unloads on y'all. I hope he, because I just got a feeling somebody there needs to hear it. But Sunday, this coming Sunday is what it's all about. You see, the world wasn't any worse shape than it was now, just like it is now. See, the devil's controlling the world now. He's got it. He's got full control. All this is his works, just like it was back then. The devil got full control, and the devil thought he had won. You see, tomorrow we're going to talk about and celebrate Good Friday, when we hung Jesus on the cross. You see, when Jesus breathed his last breath, the devil thought he had won. But what the devil forgot about is he didn't realize that day was day number 3 coming. And on day number 3, Jesus defeated death. He defeated sin. He defeated everything that you and I are scared of. The curtain that separated us from God the Father was split in half. That's why Easter is important. And so I hope Marvin gives y'all a double barrel full, and I'm going to be quiet so he can. I love y'all. I appreciate you letting me come in. Been busy the last couple of weeks. I was right impressed tonight. Tonight's the first time I've ever heard all the songs. And tonight's the first time that in a long time that I've heard everything everybody had to say. So I had to change location, get a little better internet, but I didn't know we had them good songs going. And hey, thank y'all. Appreciate you listening to me and letting me vent a little bit. Floyd?
Thank you, Quizzo. Appreciate those words, buddy. Listen, we're going to leave y'all. We appreciate y'all being with us. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. And if y'all think that we rehearse any of this stuff, y'all, please don't. We just having this is what friends do. This is what Southern rednecks do when they get together. They talk to one another. We having a conversation, and y'all are part of the conversation. Y'all are involved in it. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're unique. We are a unique show on Facebook or whatever we own. I don't even know what all we own, but I know we enjoy it. We enjoy it. This is the only time really that we basically get together and see one another and talk to one another, all four at one time, especially. But remember this: always exercise your Second Amendment rights. Always exercise your Second Amendment. Protect yourself and your family, because listen, if you have an emergency and you need somebody to come save you, well, they're probably about 10 or 15 minutes away. But if you can protect yourself, do it. Stand your ground. Stand your ground. You have the right to do that. Stand your ground. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know what is going on around you. Look at the people that are around you. And if something looks like it is out of kilter, you go back to where you come from. You get away from there. Surround yourself with like-minded people at church or at wherever you are, at the ball game, wherever you are. Surround yourself with like-minded people. And tonight, when you lay down and put your head on that pillow, cool, the air conditioner, got your house cooled down, everything nice. You got yourself them good Mississippi, Georgia, or cotton or cotton sheets that you laying on and relaxing, which is some of the finest cotton on the planet. When you lay in there and going to sleep, you start thanking God above your God, Jehovah God, the God of all creation, the God of Abraham, Isaac, the God of Moses, the God of every Adam and Eve, the creator. You start thanking him for what he's done for you today, just today.
Yep.
You'll be asleep and you'll still be thanking him. Good night, y'all. We love y'all.
Hey, Floyd, you just kind of reminded me that we need to do a rewrite for the Georgia cotton producers. We could do it like cotton sheets to long.
That's exactly right. Hey, you own something. That's right. Yeah. Georgia cotton, man. Alabama cotton. Mississippi cotton.
Right.
Florida cotton. North Florida cotton. Please.
Marvin can find a way to get
Marvin, I'm telling you, that's a marketing. That is a marketing bonanza.
Anyway, guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We've had a great time. We have been all over the planet and back tonight. But we appreciate you being with us tonight. You know what I'm about to tell you. Have a good time with your family this weekend. Let your young'uns hunt Easter eggs if they want to hunt them. We got a big Easter egg drop Saturday morning at 11 o'clock at Flat Creek Baptist Church. Going to drop 3,000 eggs out of an airplane. You want to bring your kids, it's free. Come bring them. Let them have a good time. But do this for me. Remember what this week is about. It's about the greatest sacrifice that has ever occurred. And it occurred on Calvary's Hill. And it is because of Calvary's Hill that Jesus Christ gave us the good news of the gospel. What is the gospel? What is the good news? Christ was crucified, he was buried, and 3 days later, he walked out of the grave, conquering death, hell, and the grave, and he holds the keys in his hand. And according to the Bible, if we call upon the name of Jesus for salvation, we shall be saved. Bible says the wages of sin is death, but through Christ we can have eternal life. My favorite scripture, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Happy Resurrection Weekend. Happy Easter. Happy Calvary Day. Happy Blood of Jesus Day. I'll be politically incorrect, but I'll go down being incorrect if it's talking about Jesus. We love y'all. Happy Easter. Have a good time with your family. Worship the Lord this week. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We're going to be right back here. Same place, same time for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter who you are with, always be
particular.
Particular.
Good night, y'all.
Guys.
See y'all.